Is the live-action Aladdin sequel a mistake for Disney? What up, I'm Maude Garrett, and if you haven't watched the Little Woman trailer yet, what are you doing? Go watch it. Just pause this video, we're gonna wait. Go, you're still here. Anyway, Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, Captain Marvel, Aladdin, what do these films all have in common? They are all members of Disney's 2019 billion dollar club, which, as the name implies, means that they all crossed the $1 billion mark at the box office just this year. And Disney still has Frozen 2, the Maleficent sequel, and Star Wars Episode 9 on the horizon. What was that? The sound of cha-ching. Despite its dreary earnings call last week, the House of Mouse is having a banner year across the board, with many of its films raking in the cash from fans hungry for those signature superhero movies and live-action adaptations. And one of these hits might just have more to offer: Aladdin. That's right. Now, while the film received mixed reviews among fans and critics, the movie did make bank at the box office. And just this week, one of the film's producers, Dan Lin, spoke with Sci-Fi about the possibility of a sequel. He's American. All right. We'd love to. People clearly loved the movie and watched it multiple times, and we get lots of fan letters and people asking us to make Return of Jafar. And I can just tell you that we're in early stages right now, but we are certainly talking about another movie. So many R's. Lin continued, like with Aladdin, it will not be a straight remake of any movie that's been made before, so we are looking at where's the best way to go with these characters. So if one of your 3 wishes from the genie was for an Aladdin sequel, you might be in luck. That said, what could Disney's approach to an Aladdin sequel be? And is it a mistake to make a sequel to Aladdin at all? So far, Disney's live-action adaptations, or animations if you're considering The Lion King, have been its solo films, drawing mainly from the Disney Renaissance of the late 80s and early 90s, aka our childhood. However, this year we will be getting Maleficent 2, our sequel to the reimagining of Sleeping Beauty. So we don't know how well that film will do with audiences and critics just yet, but considering the first film's success, plus the addition of Michelle Pfeiffer as a villain, yes, it should be a hit. And with Aladdin specifically, Disney has a few options. Like Lin mentioned, the animated Aladdin already has The Return of Jafar as a sequel. Now, this movie, I didn't realize this, became Disney's equivalent of a cult hit. The direct-to-video successor made $300 million in VHS sales. VHS, and for the younger viewers, it's a videotape where it had movies on it. They were the size and weight of a brick, and it came in a thick case, and it made the most satisfying noise when you opened and closed them. Oh, memories. It came before the DVD, for those wondering. Now, beyond The Return of Jafar, Aladdin also has a 3rd film installment in the franchise, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. Not to be confused with the Prince of Thieves. It's been an upgrade. Now, it wasn't as beloved or profitable as The Return of Jafar. Adapting this film could be another viable option considering the fans' lukewarm reception to the live-action Jafar, critiquing him for his lack of hotness. But honestly, who wants a daddy Jafar? They were also saying that he wasn't necessarily that scary as well. Whatever happens with Jafar, as long as Disney rights the wrong with what they did to Iago in the live-action adaptation and allow him to speak in the sequel, we're gonna be good. # let Iago squawk. Gah! What was that? Wah! Better. Another possibility for an Aladdin sequel could be a new original story. Yes, a whole new world, right? Just like the name says, jumping off the ending of the first film and bringing back characters from that movie. Despite the trailer's first impressions, Will Smith's genie was actually generally cited as the highlight of Aladdin, so bringing him back and potentially putting the focus on him for the sequel could be a fun way to continue its story. Plus, Disney has had the most critical success in their live-action adaptations with the films that put a twist on the original source material, like Cinderella, and hoping it's going to be Mulan as well. I feel good about that one. But should Disney be dipping into its animated sequel well this soon? There are still live-action remakes in the Disney pipeline. I mean, like we mentioned, the upcoming Mulan in theaters. We've got Lady and the Tramp, the adaptations coming on Disney+, a bunch of others on the way for that streaming service too, just to name a few. And Disney still has animated films to remake from the Disney Renaissance and beyond, like Hercules, yes, Tarzan, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Pocahontas, yes, and plenty more. So why choose to pursue an Aladdin sequel when there are so many other films that are on the table? Look, at the end of the day, the live-action Aladdin made $1 billion. Now, while it didn't quite have the divisive reaction as The Lion King, which I liked, fans still took their magic carpets to the theatres to see the movie. And with 90s nostalgia not going anywhere anytime soon, an Aladdin sequel could definitely draw back its original audience and more, were it to do something different in a sequel. Or it could have a similar underground success if it went the Return of Jafar route. Now, it is important to keep in mind that we still don't know if an Aladdin sequel will actually be happening. But all things considered, the fan hype for the Aladdin sequels, the box office success of the first Aladdin, and the general craving for the 90s Disney films, if Disney wants to continue its box office dominance, then another trip to the desert of Agrabah would be a safe bet. Plus, an Aladdin sequel would be an opportunity to break the traditional live-action mold and potentially bust out of the staleness remake fatigue. So, if you want it, keep rubbing that lamp, Aladdin fans. But what do you folks think? Would you want to see a sequel to Aladdin? Do you prefer The Return of Jafar or The King of Thieves? And why isn't there a live-action Hercules in the works already? Let's discuss. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? If you want to get notified every time we go live with the show or drop a new video, feel free to mash that little bell right there. Ding! So you can be up to date on all the latest series, news and rumours in the pop culture world. Bye.